Hi, all right, welcome to my classroom. What you see here is a picture of the classroom. I'm getting supplies ready to send out to students. This is the visual arts class for the freshmen, incoming freshmen. A little bit about me. I have a Bachelor of Science in Education, Art Ed. It's actually K through 12 Art Ed. I got it at UCM, or CMSU at the time. I got a Master's of Art in Education through Baker, and then I've continued to take classes through UCM and KCAI. I actually just took a dose of classes this summer, 2 at the Art Institute over collage and mixed media and painting, and 3 over dyslexia and leadership. I have 4 kids, ages 8 and 12. They are triplets, and they are all 4 a ball of energy who attend Lee Summit schools. So for those of you that are experiencing the difficulty of kids going to school and working, and I totally relate with you, and we're going to build a partnership this year, taking care of your kids, just like the teachers are going to help take care of my kids, and we'll make it all work in the end. I have a spouse. He's a science buff. He works in a local laboratory. So him and I have had a little bit of disputes this season as an educator wanting to go back to the classroom, and as a science guy who follows the rules. The art person and the science person sometimes clash. I grew up in Lee Summit, and I graduated from Lee Summit High School. I've been teaching for 16 years. I taught 14 years at Lee Summit High School and 2 years here at West, and I did a maternity leave up in Park Hill. So I've stuck around the Lee Summit area. I haven't drifted far. The reason for that is my family. We're all located here in the Kansas City area, so I don't have a desire to move out of this area because my family is here. However, I dream of it. I have a lot of hobbies. I'm an outdoor enthusiast, so I do jogging, kayaking, gardening, doing anything creative. I love any kind of challenge and adventure. I love doing things with my family, but really you'll see me out and about, and that's what I love about this town. It feels like a small town when you get out and about. You start seeing students everywhere, working at Hy-Vee, being a host at a table, at a restaurant, different things. So I love seeing the students out there working. I do have a few pets. We got a new one this summer. Her name is Faith. She's my sheepadoodle. She was my medical fix, I guess, for COVID. She totally kept me busy, just like a baby. We have a Siamese rescue cat, a Dutch, kind of a Dachshund mix, a Shepherd mix, and we're just a big old busy, happy family. My contact info will be seen on this slide. Office hours will vary. I want you to pay attention to these office hours. They will be posted on the website too. So I posted the website here. That is important because those are really good office hours for teachers to be able to work with students tutoring. It's one thing I've always been an advocate of, is getting the students more tutoring or help, one-on-one help. Sometimes just large group instruction doesn't really give that one-on-one. So I think it's awesome that we actually have some great valuable time to be able to help students one-on-one or small groups. Here's the schedule again. This is posted on the website. Once again, I just wanted to throw it in here so that you guys could see it. You could pause the slide if you want and look at it. But there are different days, A-Day, B-Day, and Wednesday. This is all based on the full online instruction. So we will have A-Days, and the calendar will show what day is A-Day. In that hour, you'll have 1, 3, 5, and 7. And on B-Days, you'll have 2, 4, and 6. And then Wednesdays are meant for check-ins and student tutoring time. So once again, time for students to connect and get some specific help and catch up on things. If we go hybrid, this is the schedule that we would follow. I'm not going to talk about it much more because we'll get to that point when we get there. Down at the bottom, I have the links provided. Here's the calendar. So what I had mentioned was A-Day, B-Day, A-B, A-B. You'll notice the first Tuesday, the first day of school, it is an all-class schedule so that we can all get a chance to meet our students. This is the schedule right here. You'll find that also on the website. There are virtual meeting expectations. It's very important that you and your student read over those. Communication, organization, assignments, student attendance, class meetings, instructional expectations. It's going to be standard throughout the whole building. So please pay attention to those and ask questions if you have them. My syllabus and information will be hosted on this Google Bitmoji classroom that I created. I will also put stuff in PowerSchool and Schoology. By now, most students know how to use that. If you're new to the district, I would take time to help you guys out. Parents, join PowerSchool and be a part of that. I didn't participate in that myself until the spring when I noticed my kids always saying they were finished with their coursework early. I would log in the morning. I would write a little post-it note for my kids of what they were supposed to do by looking at their courses. I would write it down. I'd stick it right next to their Chromebook and say you need to complete these things by the end of the day. Now it's different. I'm now at work. They're at home and at school. It's going to be a little different. However, I can still write a post-it note. I can still send them a message and say, these are the things that you need to be working on. And it kept me in tune with what was going on in the classroom expectations. So join that PowerSchool. There's a link out there for you to look at that. This Bitmoji classroom. So as teachers, we've kind of spent some time working on these things a little bit. And it's been fun. It's been a challenge. Like I said, I like challenges. But sometimes I don't like the challenge because I need to use my time somewhere else. But I have really enjoyed doing this. We've got the syllabus posted here. So you'll see the syllabus. And now I have to figure out how to go backwards. Here we go. Each one of these images are going to be different tabs. So for example, outstanding artists, I'll nominate someone. I'll put their artwork in here. You can click on this and it'll take you to our video, our enrollment video. And let's see, things like over here, the calendar. It will take you to the calendar. So all these different little icons. National Honor Society is an art club that I sponsor. I really like that one, and it's really a lot of fun to get kids involved in art. This down here is art history. These are going to be art history. This down here is going to be my pet. One of them, I'm going to host little bitty goofy things in there every once in a while just to kind of connect with the students, and I'll make different little links and tabs for different reasons. So all these things will be links. I have to go back to my slideshow. Supplies. I'm going to be sending home some supplies for you and your student. My goal was to reduce your spending at home. So I've created a supply kit. There's a couple things that you guys will still need to pick up. Each supply kit will be hopefully the same. I will send a checklist. So if your learner is missing something, just let me know and I'll try to get it to you as soon as possible. All right, I already mentioned that I am a parent myself in the district, and I have learned the hard way and the good way that partnership is very, very important. So you have a student learner, they're with me, they're going to build a partnership with me to create communication and learning and foster appreciation for art. I'm going to work with you as a parent, and parent, you need to work with your learner. That partnership is really, really important, that cycle. They check in with me, I check in with them, and then I'll try to reach out and connect with you. Sometimes I'll contact parents and the emails aren't working, so make sure that you have emails that are up to date and contact info. But that partnership is really important. We got to pay attention to our learners at home, make sure they're doing well, make sure they're keeping up. And with that is going to be hopefully a stronger success for your student at home learning. What am I going to be grading on? What does the studio class look like? Well, we start with creating artwork. Project skill activities are the things that I focus on. With that comes dialogue, class discussion of own work or peer feedback or participation in class Discussions, sometimes that is discussions verbal, sometimes it will be written and typed discussions. Since it's an online class, it's going to be a lot probably written discussions, and that dialogue will be typed out. Research workbook, this is something I really enjoy. It's going to look something like this. You'll need to pick a sketchbook up. I personally like mixed media paper, and I'll send you guys that information. But this workbook is going to be used as a research book, just like a scientist would have in their area. I personally like to use it as a journal. I put things on here, so they're flip charts, worksheets in class at least, and I'll have the students build their journal by examples, skill activities, projects, and assessments of that skill learned. And then through that, they grow as an artist. I do like them to tab like by units. That's always nice to stay nice and organized. So the research workbook is a key part of learning. And then art exploration, contemporary historical artists, how they impact our culture and society. I use Google Arts and Culture along with other websites out there, but art inspires us. We are inspired by art. Looking at other artwork can influence our art style and our understanding of art. It also helps give meaning and purpose to what we are creating. So by looking at previous artwork and understanding where current artists were and the reasons for why they created what they did is really, really an important part. So there's 4 parts to our learning process in the classroom, and grading will be done on each. All right, late policy. This is going to be a biggie to pay attention to with your learner, because online learning in the spring was challenging for several reasons, and I don't want to repeat that. So the late policy will be that the students are expected to keep up with daily work. So daily work is assigned every single day. It will be within the time frame. I'll make sure that it's able to be done during the time frame allowed. If not, I'll set a due date that says, hey, you know, this will be due on Friday. You'll have 3 days to do this or so. So projects and assignments not turned in will be by the due date will result in a 0 in the grade book. So if you see a 0, they didn't turn it in. Major class projects, however, those are those big assignments that are like a project that might be taken 2 weeks. You might be seeing them work on it. That is going to be an additional week to finish that major class assignment. So let's say it's due this Friday and I'm not ready to turn it in, and you get till next Friday, no penalty, just that extra buffer time to work on it. You do still have to keep up with coursework, so that learner would need to make sure they're able to balance both. So time management once again. If it's not turned in within a week, the project will be deducted grade percentage. The highest amount would be a 59% given. So it's automatically dropped down to about half credit. So make sure that the work is turned in on time, and daily work is turned in on time. Daily assignments are not subject to the week extensions. And then I decided this semester to create a late work form. That's going to be something the student has to fill out when they want to turn something in late. That helps me make sure that I'm aware a student is turning something in late. It was really hard in the spring to track that stuff. It became very, very difficult with things getting turned in at different points in the semester. And I just need to be able to track students better on that one. And then if I notice your learner is always turning things in late, we're going to, again, do that partnership chat. Why is this happening? What's going on? All right, tips for success for your online learner. Once again, this is coming from me as a parent and a teacher. I have learners at home, and I really struggled, even though I'm a teacher, and my learners are really good at home. But your students are your learners at home and might be facing the same thing. So a couple things: set a goal, write a schedule, do your research, make sure that you have, time to research before responding and participating in maybe group discussions. Create